Evening. There are 3 lifts at the Motel One in Manchester. Check-in was nice and fast. The lifts are nice and large. You'd easily get a wheelchair, a motorised wheelchair, standard wheelchair or a pushchair in here. And I asked for a room on a high floor that was going to be a quiet room but with a nice view, and I'm on the 13th floor, so I'm happy with that. Get some electric on. Right, welcome to Motel One at Manchester Piccadilly in Manchester city centre. I'm in Manchester, in England, in Manchestershire, or Greater Manchester as it's actually known. I'm staying here for one night right next to Manchester Piccadilly railway station because I'm flying from Manchester Airport early tomorrow and the Transpennine trains were a nightmare. So I've decided to have a night in Manchester, go out and enjoy myself, and come and stay in a hotel I've not stayed in before. So I've stayed in many Motel Ones before. This is my first one in the UK, and I'm going to see how this compares to the Motel Ones that I stay in Germany. Right, let's crack on with the review. So immediately upon entering the room, I've had to put my key card in for the electric. That's the bathroom. We'll come back to that last, and we've got plug socket number 1 of the day. So electrical outlets. There's your first one of the day, and straight opposite, just as spoilers, bash, bash, there's another one. So we've got lots of scope for charging things up immediately upon walking into the room. We've got some kind of railing wardrobe with 3 coat hangers on it. So this is like a casually hang your jacket on type wardrobe. It's not the wardrobe, which is not really a wardrobe either, but this is the first one of the day. And next to that, we've got a full length mirror. We're checking ourselves out. Oh, Bobby Dazzling. Right, moving round into the room. This is the bed. Now, the bed is a lovely, I would say slightly bigger than double, but not quite king-sized bed looking at it. Although those pillows, the ones in front, are quite wide. So maybe it is a king-size bed. But it's a decent sized bed for one person. I'm very happy with that. And I know Motel One beds are generally very comfortable, so fingers crossed, not thumbs up yet, fingers crossed it will be. But we do have a thumbs up for the plug socket, which is next to the bed, and you have a choice of UK and European, and that is a very nice thing. Now, there's not a USB port, and I thought there might be a USB port on there, but there isn't. But above that, we've got tea and coffee. What's this all about? Is this a cupboard? Oh, I like that. Let's just get that again. Yeah. Let's just appreciate the action. Starts off fast, but finishes slow. Oh, yeah. Right, so there's a couple of coffee cups, or just hot drinks cups, and you've got coffee, tea, sugars, and a kettle, and another plug socket, a mystery one. Above that, there is the hairdryer for those people who wish to preen their bouffants. And then we have the bed, which has got tailored lighting options above it. So you can have a spotlight if you want to read, or you can do what I do and point it up into the sky. So you've got an uplighter, which is a bit less harsh, and then turn those ones off. So it looks nice. Looks good around this side of the bed. Plug sockets are down here, so plug sockets are catered for on both sides of the bed, and that is very, very good. Now, I need to point out, on this side of the bed you have a shelf for putting your things on. On this side you're making a chair table. Not a hardship, but that is the difference between the two sides of the bed. And then next to that is your wardrobe, which is not really a proper wardrobe, but this is what Motel One do, and it actually works out fine if you're only staying for a night or two. But essentially, you've got another 3 coat hangers and a little bar and a shelf, and you can shove things there out of the way. Down here, at the end of the bed, we have a small desk area and a little poof stool. And is there another plug socket? There is 2 more plug sockets. So if you can't charge your things up next to the bed because you've got something else plugged in there, or that side, then you've got an option of down there if you don't want to use those ones there. But basically 6 UK plug sockets so far. Excellent. So very good. There is a TV which is currently showing fish in an aquarium. And this is a very Motel One thing. In winter, it will probably show logs burning on a fire. Anyway, let's move on. This is the view. Now, I asked for a room on a high floor that was quiet with a nice view. I've got high floor, I've got quiet. Well, I can't say it's a nice view, but I'm not complaining, to be honest. I'm quite happy with the room that I've got. So, happy enough so far. Let's have a look in the bathroom. Okay, so the bathroom is not huge. I'm going to begin by standing outside before going in. It's got a shiny floor, which is likely to be slippy, so do use the floor towel, which is provided. Now, I've got an abundance of towelage, considering there's only me here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 different towels to choose from. I've got 1 loo roll, 2 loo rolls, tissues, sanitary bags and the toilet on that side with a nice mirror above. And if I put my camera in the middle, we can probably do the infinity thing, because there's another mirror straight opposite. So straight opposite we've got the sink, and there's a shaving mirror, and there's your sink area, and you've got some storage space there. They do provide hand wash. You've got some shaver plugs there. Does anyone still use those? I've not used an electric shaver plug for more than 30 years. Anyway, and then there is the shower cubicle, and this is where Motel One comes into its own, because it's a lovely cubicle. It's just a rainfall shower in this one, but I mean it's a directional rainfall shower essentially. But it's better than Premier Inn in the sense that you've got a nice shower cubicle that you can walk in and not be trying to balance yourself in a slippy bath with a sticky shower curtain. This is what you want. This is what a hotel should look like in terms of showers. This is good. I'm happy. It's a nice bathroom and it's a nice bedroom. So I'm very happy with this, and I'm sure I'm going to have a very comfortable stay here. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll take some surreptitious footage around the building. And when I say around the building, I just mean the public areas. So I've already filmed the entrance coming in. I'll film reception, the bar, which is open till 2 in the morning, which is quite good. And yeah, pretty much that's it, really. I'm checking out tomorrow morning to head to Manchester Airport to fly to Germany. This is now. So hope you've enjoyed the film so far. I'll stitch it all together, put it in good order, and finish with a conclusion or summary. Oof, I might even make recommendations. See you later, kids. Hey folks, it's the next morning and I've got to say I've had a brilliant night's sleep. It's been extremely comfortable. This is a nice hotel. I'm glad I chose it. It's very convenient for Manchester Piccadilly, and I've got to walk over there for a train now. And I've only got to leave here 15 minutes before my train departs. And I could probably leave it a bit longer, but I won't do. So I've really enjoyed my stay, but there have been a couple of things which I want to mention which have not been brilliant. This building is not very good for your phone signal, and it's probably down to the amount of steel that's in the building. So therefore you're reliant on the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is a full strength signal, but the internet's rubbish through the Wi-Fi. Absolutely painfully awful. Worst internet I've had in a hotel for a long time. So I've got to say that has been a big but it wouldn't put me off stopping here again. The other thing is there's no hot water in the shower. The shower was just stone cold, so I've ended up having a towel wash this morning, which has been fine, but you know, come on. I could have gone down to reception and I'm sure they would have put me in another room for a shower, but I didn't want all that hassle. So there's been a couple of teething problems with it. Other than that though, I would still stay here again because I don't think that they're going to be problems that are always going to happen. So the key thing is this is mega convenient for Manchester Piccadilly Station, and that's why I've chose it, and that's probably why I would choose it again in future, although fingers crossed I would have a hot shower the next morning and get some internet. Right, need to go and get a train. See you later, kids. The film that you've just watched is a Moss Travel Media production, and you can find more like them by going to www.mosstravel.tv. Thank you so much for supporting my YouTube channel and watching my film. It's hugely appreciated. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by going to youtube.com/Stuart Moss. Hit the red subscribe button. When you've done that, a little bell will appear. If you hit the bell, then you'll also get notifications about any future travel films which I upload. If you like my travel films, then you might also like my second channel, which is about home and garden. Please have a look for that channel. You'll find it at www.mosshomeandgarden.co.uk, and if you like what you see, please give that a subscribe also. If you'd like to connect with me as Moss Travel Media on other social media, then you'll find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Moss Travel. That's the page. And if you'd like to connect with the profile, then the profile is Moss Travelog. If you'd like to connect with me on Instagram to see my travel photography, where I'm up to, what stories I'm telling, then go to instagram.com/StuMoss or do a search for user Stu Moss. If you'd like to connect on Twitter, I'm at Moss Travel TV. On Pinterest, I'm Moss Travel Media, which is pinterest.co.uk/Moss Travel TV. On Tumblr, I'm stuartmoss.tumblr.com, or just do a search for Moss Travel Tumblr. On WordPress, I'm wordpress.com/view/Moss-Travel-TV.wordpress.com, or do a search for Moss Travel Media on WordPress. And on vContactor, you can find me by going to vk.com/Moss Travel Media, or doing a search for Stuart Moss. If you'd like to contact me about film usage or any other issue, please just email me on mosstraveltv@gmail.com. And once again, thank you for watching and for your support. I really, really do appreciate it. I wish you all the best of days, happy travels and bon voyage.